This is my hometown where I grew up, and I live not too far from here. And it's a small town of about 26,000 people in mid-Michigan. And this is the town that I've always wanted to leave, and I'm still here. I served in the Peace Corps for 3.5 years, and I was on top of the world. I was living really aligned with who I was. I was helping youth grow, like at-risk youth grow. I was doing environmental projects, and for some reason I thought that the right thing to do was to come back here. And I did start a business here, which is successful, but I'm also unhappy with what I'm doing and where I am. And I can't help but beat myself up about it, because when you knowingly make a mistake, or when you make a mistake more than once, it kind of goes against certain principles. It's easy to beat yourself up about it. If you make a mistake once, that's fine, but if you make it over and over and over again, you start to wonder, am I even capable of overcoming this? But I think it's important not to beat yourself up, because I was talking with a very good friend that is struggling with alcoholism, and he was able to quit alcohol and smoking and everything for many years. Now he has a wife and kids, and he fell back into that hole, and he was asking me for advice. And the best thing I could tell him was, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. No matter if you made a new mistake or the same mistake several times, if you made the same mistake over and over, forgive yourself and start fresh. There's a really funny quote from a guy named Vitas Gerulaitis. He was a tennis player. And he lost to this tennis player 16 times in a row. And on the 17th time he beat him. And in response, this guy Vitas Gerulaitis, he said, "Nobody beats Vitas Gerulaitis 17 times in a row." And I love that attitude. I love that mentality, because sometimes, they say learn from your mistakes, but sometimes we overcome a mistake, but then we fall back and repeat it. And that happens too. So when you make the same mistake that you thought you learned from, but then you make it again, don't beat yourself up about it. It is what it is. It happens. And you'll have a better chance of overcoming it or learning from it or not repeating it if you don't beat yourself up, because you don't want to put too much pressure on it. You're a human being. We make mistakes all the time, and that's such a cliche thing, but when you make the same mistake over and over, it's even easier to beat yourself up about it, because you know you're making a mistake. But sometimes it's very tough, and it requires some courage not to repeat your mistakes. But we still repeat them, and that's, I think, a normal thing. But it's important to keep that mentality of, you know what, it happened. I made this mistake 16 times in a row, but I won't make this mistake 17 times in a row. No matter how many times it takes, it's important to keep trying and keep going. So if you are that kind of person, you aren't alone. And it's just like Rocky Balboa said, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is that you get back up more times than you got knocked down. And so I'm here in my hometown, and I'm trying to figure out the way forward. I want to share my gift with the world, which I want to help others rise and become their best selves. And I don't know how to do it, but I hope that by documenting my journey, it will inspire you or help you and let you know that you're not the only one that's struggling, and you're not the only one that doesn't know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try and figure out, and I'm going to share my journey with you. And I really hope that this helps you. Take care.